We got number 1 on Lana Del Rey week. This song's called Ride, Joe. Do you know it?
Nope.
I don't think I do either, shall we?
Yeah.
Long, 10 minutes. Let's buckle in.
Mike.
What?
Buckle in.
Buckle in
Nice
for the
pun.
ride. Yeah.
Did you plan that?
I didn't plan it. Off the cuff.
I was in the winter of my life, and the men I met along the road were my only summer. At night, I fell asleep with visions of myself dancing and laughing and crying with them. 3 years down the line of being on an endless world tour, and my memories of them were the only things that sustained me, and my only real happy times. I was a singer, not a very popular one. I once had dreams of becoming a beautiful poet, but upon an unfortunate series of events, saw those dreams dashed and divided like a million stars in the night sky that I wished on over and over again, sparkling and broken. But I didn't really mind because I knew that it takes getting everything you ever wanted and then losing it to know what true freedom is. When the people I used to know found out what I had been doing, how I had been living, they asked me why. But there's no use in talking to people who have a home. They have no idea what it's like to seek safety in other people, for home to be wherever you lie your head. I was always an unusual girl. My mother told me I had a chameleon soul, no moral compass pointing due north, no fixed personality, just an inner indecisiveness that was as wide and as wavering as the ocean. And if I said I didn't plan for it to turn out this way, I'd be lying. Because I was born to be the other woman, who belonged to no one, who belonged to everyone, who had nothing, who wanted everything. With a fire for every experience and an obsession for freedom that terrified me to the point that I couldn't even talk about, and pushed me to a nomadic point of madness that both dazzled and dizzied me.
Been out on that open road. You can be my full-time daddy while I'm gone. Singing blues has been getting old. You can be my full-time baby hot or cold. Don't break me down. I've been traveling too long. I've been trying too hard with one pretty song. I hear the birds on the summer breeze. I drive fast, I am alone in midnight.
Oh, wow.
Joe, this is a feature length.
Yes, feature-length film.
I'm just in. Once again, bad boys, Joe. It's just surrounded by bad boys.
Just a bad boy.
She can't get enough.
Bad boy lifestyle. But I like this lifestyle. Now, we know a little bit about the ride lifestyle, being out on the road.
We've been out on the road. We've gone on the ride.
And it's very intoxicating.
It can be.
It can be. It can be really terrible. But it can be really intoxicating just rolling.
Yeah.
You know. Well, and you know what? It's really I'd say it's romanticized.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's very romanticized.
Being out on the road.
Being out on the road. It's romanticized, and it's romanticized. I romanticize it when I think back all the time.
You got
I
to.
mean, for some reason, you could think back, and even the things that seemed like they were bad, like sitting in a van for 10 hours. I mean, one thing that I think about when I think of these motorcycle drivers, gangs, and whatever. I mean, are they really gangs anymore? Kind of seems like they're just a bunch of guys. Is like they're going on like an 8-hour drive on a motorcycle, like a 12-hour drive on a motorcycle. It's like, man, that's on a motorcycle.
That's loud.
Like, I complain about just being in a car for 10 hours, you know?
Being in an RV where you can stand up.
Yeah, being in an RV where you can stand. But being
on a motorcycle you can stand too.
That's true. But when you're on, like the one guy, pop a wheelie. But when you're on a motorcycle, you're riding a freaking. You're sitting on a hot dog riding through riding on the freeway. It's just this.
Joe, you and hot dogs really got a thing
it's just
today.
it's just that I was gonna say banana, but I don't know. But you're just riding on
steel
just
horse.
Seat. Yes, the steel horse that I ride.
Yeah.
Wanted, dead or alive. So like that's even more uncomfortable. I mean, talk about spending time in your thoughts. You can't have a conversation. You're just sitting there.
Yeah. I mean, these men might be enlightened.
Yeah,
they're probably drunk most of the time. But so is it implied that she's touring around the country with a motorcycle gang and performing?
Well, some of the bits are motorcycle. It seems like one of the guys that she's with here, he's not a motorcycle guy. He's just got a regular car, but she's staying in other people's hotel rooms.
Aha.
That's what it feels like. But being out on that road, showing up in a different city every day.
That's fun.
It is really fun. And it's exhausting and it's exciting. And I think the main thing, and she kind of brings it up during her monologue in the beginning, the main thing that feels so nice about it is just like you and a group of people flying through the world. Like you don't have a home. You don't have a thing that you really take care of besides like your means of transportation, and that's it. Yeah. And you're just kind of floating through.
You got to eat and you can't lose your things.
Yes. And you're all in it together. It's a very intense group activity.
Yep. You're all working towards the same cause, I guess.
Yeah.
Day in, day out.
No one has any space. No one's alone. You're never alone. You're sharing everything.
Yep.
And it's very beautiful, but
and the other thing, the important part to add on to the sharing thing is it's not just you're sharing a space in like a van or a hotel room. You're sharing every moment of the day. Every experience is shared. You're walking into the gas stations together. You're like standing at the hotel front desk waiting to get checked in together. Like you're doing every little thing together.
Yeah,
you're eating together, all this stuff.
It's weird to be in the shower and be like,
I'm alone.
Yeah, like, oh, wait a minute. Besides going to the bathroom and taking showers, you're never alone. So
it's like a tribe. You're very much a little tribe. Traveling tribe.
And the only way you can be alone from them is if you like walk off, which probably will end up, we were always in cities, so it ended up being you just kind of in a city with other people still
surrounded by people. Yeah. Anyways, that's what this reminds us of. Let's keep watching.
I'm playing hard. That's the way my father made his life and art. Drink all day and we talk till dark. That's the way the road dogs do it, right till dark. Don't leave me now.
Every night I used to pray that I'd find my people. And finally, I did. On the open road. We had nothing to lose, nothing to gain, nothing we desired anymore. Except to make our lives into a work of art. Live fast. Die young. Be wild. And have fun. I believe in the country America used to be. I believe in the person I want to become. I believe in the freedom of the open road. And my motto is the same as ever. I believe in the kindness of strangers. And when I'm at war with myself, I ride. I just ride. Who are you? Are you in touch with all of your darkest fantasies? Have you created a life for yourself where you can experience them? I have. I am fucking crazy. But I am free.
Woo! The three lovers. I love that.
Many bikers.
So it seemed okay. So I just had this thought during that whole ending bit. Lana Del Rey romanticized like 50s, 60s, 70s American culture so much. You know, like the typical people that are like, I was born in the wrong decade, wrong era. She felt that way so much that she became a pop star about it so she could pretend to live in those decades.
And make a lot of art.
I'm thinking that's the whole point.
That's a lot of the point so far, yeah.
I love her wavy hair.
Yeah, it's
She's
nice.
got wavy hair in this. It's real fun. I like that a lot. And Joe, the chorus, just right.
I know.
When that hits, yeah, I mean, you're just waiting for something because those verses are 3.5 minutes long, and then that chorus comes. You're like, sweet
Just
relief.
Right. Yes.
It's so much tension building, and they're just like, just right. Thank you.
Well, I mean, and you can see in the video the tension is kind of like, okay, where's she gonna go next? Where's she gotta go next?
Yeah,
where's she
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
go next? Right. And that's another thing about being on the road for a while is right when you get home, you feel real weird. You feel like what's interesting is you feel lonely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The road makes you feel purposeful and unalone. Obviously, you're not alone if you're doing what we were doing, but
There's a lot of companionship with multiple people.
and even when you come home, you'll be a lot of times you're still with the same people. Like in our experience, we're still with the same people. But when you get home, it's like, you have a room to yourself. All of a sudden, you feel like alone.
Disconnected.
And the first night, you get good sleep for the first time in 6 weeks or something. You feel great, and then like the next day, you're like, all right, where am I going? What am I doing? Like what's my existence? Why?
Yeah.
And that's just spending 4, 5, 6 weeks on the road.
Yeah.
If you did that for years, you could never stop.
I mean, that's why I think that these older bands, these legacy acts like AC/DC or the Rolling Stones are still touring, and they're, what are they, like 80?
Yeah.
They're old.
Yeah.
It's like they're extremely wealthy. They don't have to do it. They're choosing to do this for some reason.
Yeah, of course.
And I assume they're addicted to it. But yeah, I mean, when you're an old person, I guess, what are you going to do? Sit at home and be old, or go out and be a fucking rock star?
You can still be a rock star, yeah.
If you can still do it, I guess makes sense.
It's just interesting. I get it. And the whole point of, I don't know if I agree with the whole point of freedom on it. Like being on the road is free.
Yeah, I don't think it's freedom. Maybe there's the illusion, perhaps.
Yeah. It's not as freeing as you think. And it's always freeing in retrospect.
Yeah.
It's way more liberating in retrospect.
Exactly. The sense of it is there. But, I mean, you feel like a beat dog a lot of times out on the road.
Yeah.
Chained up to your duties. You're like, I got to do this.
I have to do another thing today.
Everyone's relying on me.
I'm alone. I'm never alone. Never get a fucking second to myself. And you're like, I'm so sick of these assholes I'm with. Yeah. I mean, you can get bitter as hell.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult in that sort of way. But it's so weird. The second you get home, it's just like, not the second, like 2 days after you get home, when you finally recover your energy, you're like, okay, what's the next? And I mean, we know people too that working in that industry, and they're just gone all the time.
9 months of it.
They're always looking for another reason to go.
Yep. But man, Lana Del Rey. I mean, she came in and just turned the world around and just set us into a different direction. She reoriented music.
She came in. Her week came in and made us think about stuff.
Turned us into effing philosophers over here.
Philosophizers.
Well, I mean, that's the depth. That's what I was talking about earlier. The depth of her writing, not only the lyrics but the music. It takes you to a place. It connects you to a deeper part of yourself, or at least it does for us, apparently. And I think that's part of the allure. Like, she's not writing freaking Tile Cruz, put your hands up in the air bangers like that. She's writing like,
I didn't put my hand up once today.
I did not. I didn't even think about it. I forgot about my hands. She makes you forget about everything.
Yeah.
She's captivating and brings you to this world, and you're like, and you start longing for the things that she's longing for. You're like, these aren't my desires, but I want them now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she does a wonderful job of building this world and pulling you in.
This tone.
Yeah.
And this theme. Her songs are very thematic.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Bad boys.
But no, there's like, it's the song. It's the tone of the song.
Yeah.
Combined with I mean, sometimes there's lyrics in a song you're like, wow, that song's dark. It's weird that it was so upbeat.
Oh,
yeah. Like her tone immediately makes you wonder. She obviously puts yearning. There's a bit of yearning in a lot of, especially that ride and just ride.
So much yearning.
And you know what's so funny is that I feel like one of the most common feelings of that, like yearning and freedom, especially in modern day, I'll say American life, is sitting in your car. Maybe a sunset on the fast road, windows down, just breathing for a second, feeling like you can breathe. And I think that's obviously this song is very about that. But all of really a lot of the songs we listen to today are about that, just freedom, like just kind of going.
Cars in the open road, and you know what? It makes sense why she loves Los Angeles and California, because there's a whole lot of cars, there's a whole lot of road.
And in the 60s, it used to be open.
Well, I'm thinking
anymore.
about, like, her vibe doesn't fit in New York City.
No.
What, is she going to be sitting on the subway doing this? You can't do that.
Just get on a subway and ride.
Subway and
Man,
ride.
I'd like that dark video. Just sitting on the subway and ride. It's just some...
Yeah.
Angry Wall Streeters sitting there hitting on you.
I mean, and a lot of people will probably argue like, well, LA is just full of traffic, but you can escape, and that's what they do in this. They escape the city. They drive out into those desert roads. That's California, baby.
It's California. If you've never been here, is really fast to nothing when you're driving.
Yeah.
Like when you're going. I mean, LA is so big, but it becomes nothing so quickly because there's no water. And when you get outside of San Diego or LA, Orange County, those areas, it's just either mountains or desert. And it's just sand and mountains for as far as the eye can see.
Hell yeah, all the way to Arizona.
And Arizona is just more of it.
Hell
and
yeah,
Nevada
buddy.
is also just more of it.
Woohoo, baby.
But when you're driving on those roads, man, you know what? Midday desert, not interested. But sunset desert,
hey, now
sunset
we're talking.
desert is special. It's a special moment. They hammered it in this video. Sunset desert is a beautiful moment. Talk about yearning.
Hey, that's right. All right. Well, I think we've done it.
We've done it.
Congrats to Lana Del Rey on her week, and congrats to Butt Cheeks Man, or Butt Cheeks Guy.
Butt Cheeks Guy. Mr. Cheeks here.
For getting your week on our show. All right, well, see ya.
Bye.